What's up guys, my name is Rico and this is Suave Tech. I'm going to bring you tech videos every single week, and today I want to talk to you about the Wyze smartwatch. Or once we actually go through some things, you're going to find out it's kind of a not so smartwatch. And again, you'll find out what I mean later on in the video. So first, let's talk about the price of this thing. The price on this is going to run you about $20. Now, that's really great until maybe you find out some of the other things that I'm going to tell you. But this is a great watch, especially for that $20 price point. And you get a lot of the features that you would get on a smartwatch. There's just some crucial things that are missing where you may want to consider spending hundreds of dollars on a watch if you can. And then of course, places always have deals where you can, get a watch for like half the price. You buy one, get one free, or even get one free. You just got to sign up for a contract, of course. So let's talk about the unboxing experience at first. So it comes in quite a small box, as you can see here. And then when you unbox the product itself, you're going to find the watch, this quick start guide, which, let's be honest, none of us really look at, right? And then you're going to find the magnetic charger that adheres to the back of the watch and plugs into a USB. So you're not going to get a power brick, which again, nowadays a lot of places aren't doing, which is odd. But anyway, when you take a look at the watch, you're going to notice that it kind of looks reminiscent of the Apple Watch. It's a little bit different in that instead of the dial that it has on the Apple Watch, you just have one button and that's it. Comes with a black strap in the box as well. And then on the back, you have a bunch of sensors like an O2 sensor, you have a heartbeat sensor, things of that nature. So all in all, it's a pretty plain looking watch. However, again, this is the smartwatch for people who aren't really into smartwatches. So let's talk about the specs real quick. So look at the outside of the watch. The frame is made out of aluminum, or aluminium, as a lot of people call it. It also has an oxygen or an O2 sensor on the back. You're able to track your sleep with this as well, and you're able to track your fitness. It does have quite a few features for a watch that doesn't cost that much. And a few other things according to the website. This has a 9-day battery. I'm going to go ahead and back that up based upon how long it lasted without me having to charge it. It's also IP68 rated, so that means that it's rated for 2 meters of water for up to 30 minutes. It's pretty much on par there with the Galaxy Watch. And then it has something that I haven't seen in any other watches, which is menstrual cycle track. Apparently it checks the stages of your cycle and it tracks upcoming days. Now, obviously I can't test that part of it, but I guess I'm gonna have to go ahead and take the word of Wyze on that. So next, let's talk about the app. I've talked about the Wyze app in some other videos that I did. I'll leave a link in the description below for those videos. But when you first go into the app, you're going to see that plus sign in the top right hand corner. You're going to go ahead and press that and you're going to add your watch. Now it's under lifestyle. So once you click lifestyle, you go in there and you're going to see the Wyze Watch. So when you click that, you're going to be able to pair up the watch, pretty simply with your app. And then you're going to also be able to go into settings and you're going to be able to tweak things like I talked about. You're going to be able to get notifications for certain apps. Now there's a couple of weird apps on there that I don't really use, but you can get all the ones for like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All your social media apps are going to be able to push out notifications through your watch. But I'll say this also, that you really don't have a huge selection like you do with the Galaxy smartwatch or the Apple Watch when it comes to getting notifications. Those you're going to get notifications for a lot of different apps. These you really get, I guess, kind of the main apps that somebody would use when it comes to social media. So here I'm going to talk about just a little bit of a comparison. So I have the original Galaxy Watch. I know they have the Galaxy Watch 2, but the Galaxy Watch is still a really great watch. One of the things I wanted to do is compare it just so you guys can understand what I mean when this is a smartwatch for people who really don't want or need a lot of the functions of a regular smartwatch. And so one major thing that may be a deal breaker for some, but I don't really see it as a deal breaker, is that you can't text from the Wyze Watch, whereas you can text from your Galaxy Watch and you can text from the Apple Watch. You can see the text when you get a notification. You're going to get the notification on the watch if you have that turned on, but you're not going to be able to text from the watch. So you're going to have to go ahead and open up your phone and text that person back. Again, is that a big deal? To some it may be. To me, honestly, I don't really use my watch for texting unless my phone isn't readily available. A lot of what I do is just check to see who texted me anyway, and then go ahead and check what the message content is and see if I even want to text that person back. And kind of falling in line with my previous statement, you also can't make calls from the watch. So you can see who's calling you, but you can't call someone on the watch. Whereas on the Galaxy Watch and Apple Watch, you can actually use your watch to talk to people, kind of like a hands-free thing. That might actually be a deal breaker for some. Some people actually do use their watch a lot. I use my watch just a little bit to talk on the phone. Usually I'm around a lot of people, even at work. I don't always want to go ahead and talk openly in front of people. Another thing that might not be a deal breaker, but it might be for some people, is the fact that when you get this Wyze watch, you're only going to get about 44 watch faces. It's even scaled back further because you get 5 watch faces in each section, and they're pretty much the same except for the color. And that might be a deal breaker, might not be, but I want you to be informed about that just to make a decision on whether or not you want to, pay $20. You got to think about that. You're paying $20 for a watch, and you're not having to pay hundreds of dollars or even go into a contract. Also, you can pair this watch with both iOS and Android. Whereas you look at the Galaxy Watch, that has at least hundreds of watch faces, if not more than that. And then one of the reasons, obviously, that the Galaxy Watch and the Apple Watch work so well with a Galaxy phone and an iPhone is because those have actually integrated their software and some of their hardware to really work well with those phones. Whereas with the Wyze Watch, you're not going to get that integration. It's not really choppy when I used it. It worked great and it was smooth. But again, you're going to have to obviously have the Wyze app in order to access things like fitness tracking, sleep tracking, and turning on notifications for different apps. Another thing, obviously, the Samsung Galaxy Watches and the Apple Watches works without your phone, so it has a separate number, a completely different line. So if you leave your phone at home, or if you're going on a run or something like that, you can go ahead and make calls and texts still, and it'll show up as your number. Whereas with the Wyze Watch, if you're going to leave your phone behind, you're not going to get any of that functionality. Somebody calls you or texts you, they're just going to get your voicemail, or they're going to have to wait for you to text them back. Now that one I could see being kind of a little off-putting for people, but then again, like I said earlier, you're paying way less of a price than if you were to get a Galaxy Watch. You got to think about that. Is that something that you really care about? Some people might like that. You kind of want to push those people out. You don't want to hear about what's going on in their life right now. You really want to focus on that run or whatever kind of exercise you're doing. The Wyze Watch might be a great option for you. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the battery life. On the website, like I said earlier in the video, they say that the battery life is about 9+ days. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the battery life on this. I would say I've had this probably for a little over a month now. I've had it on every day. I've worn it to sleep along with my Galaxy Watch, and I've only charged it 2 times. So that for me is amazing. When you're coming from like my Galaxy Watch, I have to charge that probably every day and a half. I might be able to stretch 2 days out of it, but there's no guarantee. It all depends on how much I use it for texting, calling, getting notifications, things of that nature. I'm really actually surprised for $20 you're getting a 9-day battery life. That's actually really great. Let's talk about how this watch lasted for about a month and a half. Durability wise, I think it's really durable. I do have a tiny little scratch down at the bottom of the watch. It's not a huge deal, but I'm one person that really doesn't like to look at scratches, even on my phones. It might be a big deal for some people, but I didn't have any issue with it. I didn't really take it into water, but I also wasn't careful. Like, let's say I'm washing my hands, I wasn't careful with, getting water on the watch. It held up with my Galaxy Watch perfectly. And so a few of my takeaways from this watch, I really do like the design. It's really light. That's really surprising for the fact that it has a battery that lasts so long. I'll also talk about the sleep tracking and then the watch actually tracking my steps. It was kind of on par with my Galaxy Watch. I'll say it was probably a little bit off, not too much, but you got to think that also probably the Galaxy Watch or even your Apple Watch is off when it comes to walking. These things aren't going to be 100%. Is that really a big deal for you? I don't think it's that huge of a deal. I think it did a great job tracking my sleep. I think it did a great job tracking my fitness, my steps. It all comes back to that price point. I mean, when you talk about $20 as opposed to a couple $100 here, maybe sometimes even $400 if you're paying for some of these watches like the Galaxy Watch 2 outright, you got to think about that when it comes to this watch. This watch, like I said earlier in the video, it's pretty much a smartwatch for people that really don't care about smartwatches. If you're looking for a nice kind of gateway watch to see if this is something that you really care about, I don't think you'll miss the $20 when you spend it on this watch. This is also a great watch for kids. It's something that you could buy them that if they do lose it or it's stolen or they break it, it's not going to break the bank for you to go ahead and get another one. I would say if you're a serious fitness fanatic or you're serious about wanting to track your sleep, if you're serious about wanting to track like food intake and stuff like that, or if you're serious about like other things like that, I would not get this watch. I would actually go with a more expensive watch, maybe a Fitbit even. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this watch. Is it even worth the $20? Should you save that $20 towards a better watch, a Samsung watch or an Apple Watch? Or do you think this would be a good choice for something? Like I said, I think this is really great for kids. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm out.